everybody! I almost missed the deadline of that timer there. Hello! Happy, what is it, Tuesday? I think? God. The days, they're just kind of melting. They're kind of melting together a little bit. Oh my God. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. This is another edition of the daily live stream. I am your host, Crypto Bro, also known as Mr. Brian. Welcome back. We have plenty, and I'm telling you, plenty of red in the sea to discuss today. I could not be any more excited than I am right now. Bitcoin trading counter trend at the current moment in time, but in my opinion, that really doesn't mean shit. To be quite honest with you, I think the destruction has only just begun within the markets here today. So, without further ado, we're gonna hop right into it here today. Start off with Mr. NASDAQ confirming new lows below this critical last hope region here. This is absolute change of behavior, in my opinion. I do believe we are on the precipice of an actual legitimate medium to long-term downtrend here today. We do see RSI finally breaking below that long-term uptrend structure. Now confirming below it after that bullish divergence drive up to the exponential. Boom, rejection. Another top call here. Nice down movement here back below, and we have finally taken out that long-term uptrend structure here for the RSI perspective. I will be looking for a little bit of a bounce within this region here, obviously to confirm the blue box territory as new tentative resistance here. Obviously, we are seeing bounces along the way. And, the same thing goes for, a lot of the other markets here today. I've been talking to you guys about, how volatility is expanding as price action is declining, right? And we didn't see the beginning of the expansion until we got confirmation of a downtrend, on this new low right here. And once that was confirmed, the sky's the limit as far as the downside is concerned. I do believe that this is just the beginning, to be quite honest with you. Volatility isn't even, maxed out just yet. I do believe price action has a long way to go to convince me of any kind of, bullish, reversal, bullish momentum back to the upside. From arguments perspective here, the next target for NASDAQ that I'm going to be looking for to the downside, that's about $14,600 right here along this horizontal, the last low here before initiating that, initial uptrend to the new all-time high. Anything below that, man, down. I'm just going to be looking down until down is no more, until I see some kind of stop or reversal that proves to me that we're looking for, again, a stop or reversal. I'm going to be looking for continuation to the downside, to be quite honest with you. We could easily see recovery back above this region, back above even this resistance here. We could, realistically see a movement all the way back to that yellow 21 exponential. But again, as long as price action remains below that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for price to move down. Stochastics absolutely crushed here, rejecting the bearish control zone, the top side of it. Nonetheless, we are rejecting it back below the top side of the bearish control zone and aiming down, confirming that lower high. I needed some water. I do apologize. Oh, yeah, I don't give a damn. It's fucking Tuesday! Alright, coming in. Okay, yeah, stochastics, obviously losing a little bit of momentum here. Obviously not indicative of, absolute bullish pressure here. Crossing back below the top side of the bearish control zone, back into that region here. This is the only thing right here that isn't at risk just yet. I think it is at risk, but we saw that nice little bounce off the diagonal long-term trend line here for stochastics. Close enough is close enough for me to consider it, support here, and we were supported here, but, it looks like, this is getting ready to fail a little bit more here. If we confirm this region here as new tentative resistance at 14,830, I will be looking for continuation downwards. Obviously, we got a legitimate, full-blown change of behavior, taking on a macro higher low within this region here today. We did see that candle closure. Again, it doesn't have to confirm as resistance. It can easily confirm as support. And again, from a technical analytics standpoint here, it is valid. It is valid to consider this technically a higher low from the last low that initiated this micro uptrend to new all-time highs right here, just along the 18th, 19th of July. But every low since that region here, we have seen price action take out so far on this downtrend. Again, we got the blow off top, all-time high, followed by a lower high. That's where things get a little bit concerning here. Crash below the 21 exponential. Boom, new lows confirmed. We took out the prior low. I was saying that this one is a little bit inconsequential from Nasdaq's perspective. While it was considered a change of behavior on the daily time frame, you could argue that this is an inconsequential low. It is marked as a low, but is it a major low? That's arguable, right? But now we're talking about a major low here. We saw price action close below this major level at 14,830 and confirming new lows in the structure. I was going off of this prior structure right here. I do believe the structure is failing at the current moment in time, and unless we see some kind of absolute recovery back above that 21 exponential, I am going to be looking down. While I do have a plan, for the upside movements, I don't have any trades planned until I get some kind of confluence, some kind of indication that we have some building momentum to the upside. And again, they are planned. The plan is there, but I'm not looking to take any longs. I'm not looking to take any longs within this region. We're in a downtrend. Downtrend, it is the trend right now. And you guys know the saying, the trend is your friend until the end of said trend. And the trend currently is down. And we are confirming new lows. I am going to be looking lower. Say we do recover back above the 21. At that point, I will look for a secondary open and closure back above the 21. And at the bare minimum, I need to see a new high, a higher high in this formation before I'm convinced of any kind of legitimized short, medium, long-term bullish momentum to the upside. It's not there. It's not there for me. We see RSI absolutely getting crushed, using that negatively sloped exponential as resistance not once but twice so far, breaking that long-term uptrend structure here. We have a lot of evidence for the bearish perspective here. RSI crossing back below the top side of the threshold of the bearish control zone here. More evidence pointing to the bears. Downtrend confirmed, new lows confirmed, expanding volatility as price action collapses. More confluence for the bearish perspective. I'm just trying to be realistic with you guys. And again, I'm not saying that this is going to swan dive and lose half of its value. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is pay attention to the next, corresponding levels. And the first level that I'm going to be looking at is, $14,600. Right along this prior low right here. Again, I play it level by level. I take my time and play it level by level for specific reasons. And if we break that region, that's where I get a little bit more concerned. That's where I get concerned and say, all right, maybe we have a macro bear market in the midst here. For now, it is a little bit more medium-term downtrend that is, looking a little bit more concerning as time goes on. We are seeing that pressure to the downside, especially on that 21 exponential. So unless we recover back above the 21 here, I'm not looking for upside targets, but I have to mention the upside targets here. If we do open and close back above the 21 here, obviously that would coincide with kind of assuming that we see new highs print in the formation. I will be looking for price action to move all the way back up to 15,515. Am I looking for that? No, to be quite honest with you, no. And again, I could be wrong. I could be full of shit, whatever. It's part of the plan. It is part of the plan to see a full recovery back to the upside, but that is not the plan that I'm focusing on. I'm actually focusing on that rejection of this major critical level here at 14,830 and looking for continuation to the downside here, looking for more lower highs and lower lows along the way. Same thing for SPY futures here. Oh, actually, no. SPY futures holding the structure, but confirming another lower high. Boom. Crash back below the 21 exponential confirmed. We are using that as new tentative resistance. I am going to be looking for continuation to new lows here. We are seeing a bounce off the 43.35 spot 75 support and this diagonal support as well. But you could easily flip the perspective here. Again, it's all about perspective, you guys. It's all about perspective and how you play, right? You flip the perspective here. What do we see here? Boom. We saw a pull into that resistance. Boom. Rejection along that diagonal trend line here. Yes, you could argue, hey, just pull it down, right? Just pull it down, match it up, boom, right? Match it up, boom. It's valid, right? It is arguably valid, but is it as valid as this? In my opinion, nah, not today. Not today, sir. Not today at all, actually. This here, in my opinion, this structural trend line here has way more touch points, and I do believe that it has way more validity as a resistance than it does as a support. And I am looking at this as resistance, and look at that juicy and beautiful As usual, juicy and beautiful. Nice little bounce off support here. Pull into the 21 all the way up. And look at this. You cannot make this shit up, ladies and gentlemen. A perfect test of that diagonal resistance trend line. Boom. Sell off below the 21 exponential. Continuation down. I am just looking at this as a bounce. To be quite honest with you, I'm going to be looking for this one to continue the trend to the downside. Stochastics, weakening, right? Not showing me absolute momentum here. Definitely see some weakness here, and we do see the RSI still below that 50 read, and currently rejecting the 50 read here, and remaining below that negatively sloped exponential. I do believe the market is on the precipice of entering a legitimate bear market. So again, a lot of pointers. We don't have a lower low. But taking out this low is going to be very, very, very convincing in my opinion. Yes, you could argue that we are in a higher low structure, but we have no evidence suggesting that we see a reversal or an uptrend formulate out of this formation here until, at the bare minimum, we confirm a new high above the current lower high at 44.45, back above the yellow 21 exponential, and more importantly, back above this resistance region here. Market's looking weak, man. The market's looking weak. I mean, it's looking strong from the bearish perspective, but if you're the bull and you're looking for more bullish plays here, I think you got your work cut out looking for those big trending moves to the upside at the current moment in time. I do see pressure. I do see a downtrend. I do see new lows. I do see this diagonal trend line acting as resistance. I do see weakness in the stochastics, although it doesn't look the same as NASDAQ here. The market overall still looks just as weak. RSI below the 50 read and expanding volatility while pressure is to the downside. Pressures to the downside. And again, while I do have targets laid out for the upside, I'm not looking at that. To be quite honest with you, a closure above the 21 exponential here, I would be looking for a push all the way to this resistance here, and maybe even a diagonal resistance here at about $5,000 even. But does that continue to hold true? Does it continue to hold as resistance, or does it reject and print new lows? Only time can tell, you guys. Only time can tell. From what I see right now, though, this diagonal trend line is extremely valid, much more valid than that other bullshit trend line that I had printed out here on price action for SPY futures. For the viewers, I will mention that one here again. Yes, we technically do have a trend line, and it is technically valid, but it doesn't make a lot of sense here. To be quite honest with you, it really doesn't. When you look at this, you're like, all right, we got 3 touch points, right? What's more valid, 3 touch points or, fucking 10 of them? I would say 10 of them, to be quite honest with you. A lot of touch points when you tighten up that diagonal trend line here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, break, back test, 11, 12. We have 12 touch points on this diagonal trend line, so I think that this trend line here, where it's positioned, is much more valid as a diagonal trend line to use for points of reference. And again, we saw price action pull up into that region here and reject it, so it's definitely holding its validity for the downside. So for the downside price action on SPY futures, what am I looking for here? What I'm looking for is a back test of this current resistance here. Not confirmed as resistance, but looking to be confirmed as new resistance at 43.90 here. A back test maybe to see a little soft touch here, but if we close below this region, I'm going to be looking for new lows all the way down at $4,300 even. This support trend line here. And I'm going to be looking for the trend to continue downwards. The trend is your friend until the end of the trend, and the trend is definitely down at the current moment in time. And again, yes, from a micro perspective, or from a medium-term perspective, yeah, you could argue that we're still bullish as fuck. But with the formation, I pay attention to the levels that are permeate to my positions and permeate to the 21 exponential moving average strategy. And we are below the 21 exponential. And as long as we're below that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for price action to move south. Dow Jones Industrial Average here. Same. Oh my god. You guys! I can't make it up! I can't make it up! Oh! I really can't. You can't make this shit up. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to do. What did I say yesterday? Potentially looking for continuation, or potentially looking for another lower high. And what did we get, ladies and gentlemen? We got another lower high, confirming a downtrend here for Dow Jones Industrial Average. Boom. Right? Here's our high. Here's our top. Yes, it was confirmed as a lower high, and then we printed a lower low. We got the confirmation of the downtrend. Boom, back above the 21. Psych, just kidding. Rejection, lower high confirmed. I'm going to be looking for new lows, to be quite honest with you, on this one below 33,950. I'm actually going to be targeting a move all the way down to 33,220 bucks. First and foremost, we do see stochastics here seeing a little bit of weakness at that neutral 50 read. Again, when you're looking at your indications, you guys, you have to put into context the overall trend. Yes, while I think a cross of the 50 read is vastly important for making decisions on positions with the 21 exponential, it does not mean the same when we are in a fucking downtrend for the long side, right? We are in a downtrend. I'm not going to say, yep, I'm looking for a position above the 21. I said it yesterday. I said I'm a little weary because the overall trend is down. We have a lower high and a lower low. I'm not looking to long if we have a lower high and a lower low until we see absolute trend reversal above the prior low or the prior high, lower high, right? So the context is downtrend, lower high, lower low, lower high. What I was looking for to be convinced of any bullish momentum to the upside is what? A new high above the prior lower high, which is right here at 35,450, right? I said if and only if we see candle closures above that region, confirming new highs, will I be confident of any kind of momentum to the upside, volatility expansion to the upside, RSI to the upside, price action to the upside. Only then would I have been confident. I said, until then, I'm looking for lower highs. The trend is down. It's already confirmed a downtrend. I'm going to be looking for more downtrend continuation. And ladies and gentlemen, again, you really can't make this shit up. Boom. Boom. Another lower high confirmed. RSI, rejecting the 50 read here. Seeing a soft cross back up, say, psych, just kidding, fuck you, boom. Right back below the exponential, forcing it back to a negative slope. Not only that, but we took out the 21 exponential, rejected to print new highs, and actually took out a support level here at 34,565 here and continued further down. I'm actually going to be looking for new lows, to be quite honest with you. Again, the general market as a whole, I'm looking down, you guys. I'm looking down. The market is, in my opinion, starting to turn. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm giving you my own perspective for my own trading and positions. And the feeling in my gut that I have is down. And not only that, I'm pulling actual evidence out of the market here that suggests that any bullish momentum here it's not fucking real. We did see this, nice little bounce here, which yes, it is tradable. But anytime we're looking bearish, anytime we're below the 21, I'm not looking to enter any longs. I'm actually looking to add to shorts and take profit on shorts here. And look at that, we got a retest of the 21 exponential, perfect opportunity to enter. Boom. Crash back below it, confirming the downtrend should be continuing to new lows here for Dow Jones, and the same kind of goes for all three here, confirming new lower highs and continuing south. Nasdaq actually looking the worst out of all three here, confirming a macro change of behavior here, in my opinion. Likely puts in a macro top and continues down to the south here. So that likely means, in my opinion, I haven't even looked at it, but maybe we saw Dixie here pump to the upside. Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I didn't even look at Dixie today. I didn't even look at it today. And I said, oh, maybe we see a pump up with Dixie. Boom! New highs confirmed. Taking out the prior high resistance right here at 93.58. Boom! 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 Testing the resistance here. Not failing to achieve above it, but look at this. We closed above this resistance here. Now we're seeing a little bit of sideways, slow price action. Ooh, give me a second. Oh, shit. A little bit of sideways price action here, potentially looking to confirm this region here as new tentative support. If done so, I will be looking for extension all the way to this target, all the way up here at 94 bucks, 94 even here. And look at this. Stochastics beginning that coiling bullshit, right? Beginning to coil a little bit in the bullish critical zone. I do like that. RSI continuing higher to new highs. I also like that. Again, a little bit of a soft pullback to test support, not out of the question. But look, the long-term diagonal trend line here for the U.S. dollar index here is extremely valid. To be quite honest with you, actually being clean, like this is super clean, you guys. It doesn't get any cleaner than this. And we're seeing continuation back above the 21 exponential. It did get a little scary here back when we saw the crash below the 21 exponential. But I said, we potentially are looking at a higher low structure right here. And oh my goodness, what did we see? Higher low structure, continuation, consolidation, boom, lift off. And back above the 21, and as long as price action is above the 21, I'm going to be looking for the north here. The only thing that'll convince me otherwise is a closure below 93.58, at which point I would be looking for a higher high. This would confirm as a higher high, and I would be looking for a higher low. Somewhere at least at a bare minimum above the 21 exponential would be the region here. Anything below 93.065 would convince me of a change of behavior. But then again, not from a macro perspective. That'd be more like the short-term time frame perspective, looking for a potential higher low in conjunction with the macro low right here at 92.11, right? So as long as we're above 92.11, realistically, I'm going to be looking for continuation to the upside here. And the funny thing is we're seeing expansion of price action without seeing actual expansion into the double digits here for historical volatility percentile. So we are still looking for that big bad move to approach at some given point in time here, and it'll be very interesting to see when that does occur and what direction it decides to move when we see expansion. So that's US dollar index here today. I think it is time for Mr. Bitcoin. Up 3% doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter to me. I'm actually going to be looking for this region here to confirm his new tentative resistance at 42,240. We saw a nice break of that region here. Confirmation of new tentative resistance yesterday. This pump up means jack shit to me. To be quite honest with you, we do see stochastics breaking structure, confirming new lows back into the bearish control zone, and this is very evidence that pressure to the upside is getting beat the fuck up right here. Right, we saw that nice initial decline. Right, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, boom, break, up. Lower high, boom, break, up, lower high, boom, break, back into the bearish control zone, confirming new lows. Not looking juicy. RSI actually reacting permeate the price action at the current moment in time. Again, RSI is always more reactive to current price action rather than stochastics. RSI is, it's reactive of price action. So, while price action is up, on this candle closure here, RSI is going to be up. But if it decides to reject and come back down, we're going to see that movement here in the RSI. We have plenty of time left, and I'm not saying we couldn't see a little bit of a low here and a pop back up. But again, we just confirmed a new tentative resistance. I'm actually looking for price action to move all the way down here to $38,200 as my first tentative target, and I have a nasty take profit target right along that $38,200 level, and I can't wait till price action hits it. I'm very convinced that this is a macro turn of events, and I'm not going to get into that deep and dark long-term trend analysis here today. When in doubt, pull out. This is very evident. This is a macro, long-term lower high. We could be looking at the precipice of a year-long bear market. I have no reason not to believe that price action won't collapse to new lows here. And again, we do see a little bit of support here on the prior low. We could confirm a slightly higher low, but that doesn't mean shit for the overall trend. This would be more or less an inconsequential low, nothing on a major level, nothing on a major scale. If we do confirm a higher, a slightly higher low here, at the bare minimum, I'd look for a test of the 21 exponential once again to get rejected. And again, all of my analysis, all of my strategic planning based off the 21 is how I roll. And until we see open and closures, again, an open and a closure. Not a break, an open and a closure above that 21 exponential. I have no hope for the upside. I have no bullish perspectives here at all whatsoever. Long-term trend line here on RSI, very much at risk in my opinion. Technically, if you wanted to be realistic, again, it's all about perspective, you guys. It's all about how you look at it. We're gonna get rid of this convoluted shit right here, right? And there's two perspectives here. Perspective number one, it's holding support. Perspective number two, which in my opinion is a little bit more valid, with more touch points, holding his resistance, 1, 2 touch points, 3 touch points, break, 4 touch points, break, resistance, 5 touch points, break. When I move it down, it only has 2 touch points, maybe 3, right? So in my opinion, this is a little bit more valid, acting as current resistance at the current moment in time. I'm going to continue to look for it to act as resistance until RSI breaks structure back to the upside. Pressure is definitely to the downside in my honest opinion right now, and as long as price action is below that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for that $38,200 target. But assuming we close above 44,575, if we do confirm that, to be more conservative, I'd actually be looking for a closure back above 45.5. To be more realistic, any closure above 45.5, I would look for a retest of the prior lower high at 48,450. But again, with bearish eyeballs, right? With bearish goggles, on my face, looking for downtrend continuation. As we did get confirmation of downtrend continuation, and I am looking for this as a whole from a macro perspective to print new lows below $28,800. So that's going to do it for Bitcoin here today. I'm going to go ahead and move on. I think it is time for Mr. AMC. Boom, break, down. To be quite honest with you, down. Yeah, this is no longer valid. I'm going to be looking for a move all the way back down to the bottom side of the blue box territory. I think AMC is done for a little while. Macro downtrend has been confirmed. I'm going to be looking for new lows below 29.10. RSI, rejecting that 50 read, boom, sinking to currently lower lows here, and look at that exponential. Look at how negatively sloped that exponential is. We didn't even see a full test of that negatively sloped exponential. We saw a pity bounce, boom, just kidding, fuck you, back down, not looking healthy. Stochastics breaking that long-term diagonal trend line. Any further continuation below that, and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to take it off the map because it will be invalid. It is a small tick below that diagonal trend line. However, now it's starting to be time to be aware of where this trend actually is. For the trend overall, we're below the 21 exponential. If you shorted AMC, you made the right call in my personal opinion here. Entering on this candlestick right here, we got the first initial break right here, boom, secondary candle closure below, entry point, boom, you are in the profit at the current moment in time, potentially even taking profit at 37.37. Now looking for a initial targeted move all the way down to that $32.50 read here. The only thing that will convince me of trend reversal to the upside, which is still validly possible, but looking weaker and weaker as time goes on, right? This is more valid in my opinion. Full recovery back above the 21 is the only thing that I'm going to be looking for as far as the bullish switch is concerned. And look at this. What do we see? Volatility expanding a little bit while price action moves down. Could we be looking at the apex period here for AMC? Not necessarily. I'm actually going to be looking for 2022 before an apex expansion becomes a topic of conversation. For historical volatility, give me 1 second. Very juicy price action. Not only that, but I don't know how this didn't confirm as a lower high, but it is what it is. Price action, doing what it does. Ebbing and flowing, but this one's not looking healthy, guys. All the AMC hype. I got off the AMC train when it first collapsed. When it first collapsed, I was like, AMC's done. AMC's fucking done. We're not looking for that $1,000 target. Get fucking real. I said in the stream before, put out both your hands. Take a shit in one of them, and then put your hopes and dreams in the other one, and tell me which one feels more realistic. It's not AMC going to 1,000. That for sure is not fucking realistic. I probably have a couple guys in the chat that might disagree with me, but again, if you think $1,000 is a legitimate short-term target, medium-term target, or even long-term target for AMC, yeah, go pick up some crap, put it in your hand, and tell me which one feels more realistic. The pile of crap will feel a lot more realistic in my personal opinion. But looking at AMC breaking structure once again, the momentum is to the downside. It doesn't look healthy, to be quite honest with you here. I am going to be looking for the downside target at $32 here, unless proven otherwise. And the only proof otherwise would be an initial break of the 21 exponential and a secondary open and closure back above that to confirm the 21 is new tentative support. Until that point, I'm going to be looking down for AMC. Let's go ahead and look at MMAT, one of the requests today. Boom! Managed my risk on this today, secured more profit. What's next for this one? Continuation, to be quite honest with you. We do see stochastics here continuing its bounce off the top side of the bearish control zone. Exponential is back to a positive slope. I do like that. I'll be very convinced if price action breaks current resistance with a 50 read break at the same time. I'll be very excited for that. We do see RSI confirming new highs and looking to continue as well. Unless we see a swan dive. Where's our low? Right here. Realistically, we could come all the way back to the 21 exponential here at $5.11, print another higher low, and then continue. But it's not really what I'm looking for MMAT. I'm actually going to be looking for continuation all the way back up to $6.81 and likely price action to break that region and hold the phone. Continuing to expand above the exponential moving average here on historical volatility tells us the potential direction of this move overall is to the upside. Again, Initial price action, initial historical volatility percentile expansion is not indicative of price action direction, although you can secure legitimate confident inferences of which direction price action is likely to move based off of comparing price action in conjunction with the expansion of volatility back above the moving average. For this instance, we got our top, right? Let me zoom out. We got our top right here, right? And then on that downside move, we got extreme expansion. And then volatility gets crushed during this consolidation period, right? Crush, crush, a little bit of movement up, crush, 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 a little bit of movement up, crush, crush, crush. And now, all of a sudden, boom. Nice movement to the upside. Volatility is expanding. RSI is going to the upside. Stochastics is moving to the upside. I do think we have a legitimate case for continuation to the upside, unless we see some kind of swan dive and confirmation of new lows. I'm not going to be looking for any downside momentum here, but we'll talk about it. If we do close below $4.90, I think this one fails absolutely disgustingly, all the way down to $3.80 being the first target and likely fucking lower. And that would also be indicative of another a structural lower high, and likely prints new lows and absolutely swan dives to the south. But I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at this a little bit more optimistically. I'm following what the market chart is telling me here, and we have a lot of positive slope on that 21 exponential. We have RSI expanding to the upside, stochastics expanding to the upside, and volatility expanding to the upside while price action continues. So realistically, my next target is going to be $8.60, assuming that we see a closure above 680, and that's where we'll leave MMAT here. Hall of Fame. I'm not here to say that I'm right. I don't want to be that guy. But boy, oh boy, do I fucking love it when my analysis plays out perfectly. Give you guys a little bit of ASMR as punishment. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. Again, another instance of y'all can't fucking make it up. That's what this channel can be. That's what this channel should be called. You can't fucking make this shit up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make it up. Here we go. What did I say in my analysis yesterday? I said, this looks a little fucky, right? It looks a little fucky. It looks a little, yeah, right? I was on the fence. Like, are we gonna break resistance or are we gonna, break down? I did mention the possibility that we could potentially see resistance break to the upside, but then we saw these two candle closures here rejecting that resistance back and putting pressure on the 21 exponential, basically flatlining it. And what did we get today? Boom, an open and closure back below the 21 exponential. Not only that, but confirming new lows overall. What do we see on RSI? Boom, break of structure. Again, it's a little structure, right? It's not a macro structure, but nonetheless, it's valid, right? We had 1 touch point, 2 touch points, possibly third. Just kidding, not here today. Boom. Not only that, but we rejected the 50 read. Boom, back below the exponential moving average on the RSI, forcing that exponential back to a negative slope and printing new lows on RSI. Barely, but close enough is close enough. When in doubt, zoom in a little bit. Really get close. Does that look like a new low to me? Yes, it does. That's a new low. Look at that. Ooh. Stochastics, lower high. If that exponential curves to the downside, I will confirm that as a stochastics lower high, rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone. The bulls do not want to take control, or they failed to take control. Doesn't matter. All it tells me is that, guess what? Bears stepped in. They're not ready for this one to move to the upside just yet. They're looking to knock this price a little bit lower. So with all that being said, we also have volatility expansion back above the moving average. Once again, we did have a little period of being, a little bit below the moving average, but now we see volatility percentile back above that moving average, potentially confirming expansion while price action moves to the downside. I don't have enough inferences on volatility on the Hall of Fame just yet for me to be confident, but I have enough confidence on RSI and stochastics as well as price action to say that the next target to the downside is going to be $2.55, in my opinion. But again, likely lower. This one actually took a little longer to come to fruition for my original target, and my original target is now valid once again. My original target being $2.41 and anywhere back in this blue box territory. Why? The evidence is there. The evidence is there. We saw a failed attempt to achieve an uptrend, right? We got this, we got this higher high, and then we got this higher low. And then we hit that resistance once again, failed, right? Back below the 21 exponential, and now the 21 is negatively sloped. So the pressure, in my opinion, is to the downside. And I will be looking for realistically for that $2.41 target here. Not to mention that potential target of the $2.55 region is going to be my next look. And the only thing, once again, that convinces me otherwise to be more conservative, to be more realistic, continuous closures back above $3.08. I need to see, control. I need to see support at the $3.08 not fail. That $3.08 region here not fail to the upside. If we can see candles back in that region, hold support, I would be confident with a move back up to the current lower high at $3.38. But until then, I'm looking down, you guys. Plenty of evidence on the daily time frame here to confirm that. You can't make this shit up. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. Please read the description below for all of that information about why I'm not a financial advisor and that this is not financial advice. But, from my perspective, sorry. I'm looking down, you guys. To be quite honest with you, I'm looking for this one. Woo! Come on to the downside. What's next? Couple more, actually. No, one more. Yeah. A little bit of a shorter stream tonight. Didn't get too many requests. Only got 2. Looking at CEI, I bet you that thing fucking just continued to explode here. Camber Energy, oh my god, continuation, you guys. Macro change of behavior, looking to be potentially confirmed coming into tomorrow. Any candle closure tomorrow or even into next week, confirming above $3.28. I'm going to be looking at that as macro change of behavior from a macro time frame stance. I'll be looking for this to continue onwards and upwards. Look at the RSI confirming new highs. Bearish divergence, in my opinion, from an RSI perspective, is off the fucking table. So any kind of pullback to confirm a higher low will not be indicative of bearish divergence because we have a higher high on price action and a higher high on RSI. Not only that, but we see RSI in the bullish critical zone, which is, looking at this stock overall, man, we haven't seen much of that. We have not seen much of RSI being maintained in the bullish control zone and the bullish critical zone. So this one absolutely has disgusting power behind it. Look at stochastics. We're seeing a bounce off the bottom side or the top side of the bullish control zone here. We haven't seen very much of that at all in this price actions history in the past. Now looking at stochastics, we do see nice little pullback, test the top side of the bullish control zone, recover, exponential is positive, stochastics is positive, gaining momentum. I like this for continuation, and I like this for macro reversal. And if we get a candle closure above $3.30 tomorrow, long term, this one likely is juicy. From entry, from another 18% today, from entry point on the 21 exponential moving average strategy to the current price action right now, 595%. You can't fucking make that shit up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. This is the strongest, hands down, the strongest stock that I've analyzed in a while, in a long while. It's moving like fucking Bitcoin, for Christ's sake, back in its old days, man. Shit. Yeah. I don't have anything bad to say. Look at and this is another validating point here. Historical volatility percentile expanding. Right here, where's the lows? Boom. We start that low right here, that lower low, and now we've just been boom, 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 bye, 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 bye. I mean, this thing is absolutely disgusting and moving to the upside. I don't see any signs of reversal here. It wouldn't be out of the question to print another higher low, either on this support here at $2.40 or even on the 21 exponential, as the 21 exponential is now currently above our current higher low. The only thing that would concern me for this price action, as far as bullish continuation is concerned, is a flash crash with an open and closure below that 21 exponential. But look at that fucking 21. Look at how vertical that bitch is. That is a 21 trade right there. That is a textbook, perfect 21 trade if I've ever seen one in my life. Corey, you should have fucking told me about this a long time ago. But yeah, that's going to do it for the stream today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell if you're new to the channel. I'm looking for more subscribers. I'm looking to gain more visibility so that I can learn. What the hell happened? So that I can learn from other people and attempt to teach other people and yada yada yada. Build a community, build something great and positive and fun and happy and enjoyable. So come on along, be my friend, hit that sub button, love the channel. Even if you don't like my content, hit the dislike button. Gains visibility. Even if you hate it. Hate the channel. I don't give a shit. It gains visibility. If you hit the like button, you hit the dislike button, you hit the subscribe button, you tick the little bell, it increases our visibility. So that's going to do it for today, everybody. And as usual, you know what it is. Thanks for being here. And until next time, tomorrow, same time, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.